Right, Treagles, what's happening?
Guys, what's today?
It's game day!
Yes, it is! We're away today. We're off to Gresty Road. It's Crewe Alexandra v Barnet. Now, I might be jumping ahead of myself a little bit here. We played Crewe last game of the season last season. Now, some of you may know what happened. Well, you know, Barnet was safe. We ain't going up. We're not going down. Thought I'd book myself a hotel room. And then that's when it all went to shit. I was in a very, very bad way on the way back home. Now, for those that don't know what happened, that's another story for a different vlog. So anyway, that's another chat and bollocks. Just getting to the football news. So Crewe finished 17th last season, played 46, won 14, drew 13, lost 19, scored 58, conceded 67. That's a goal difference of -9, and they ended on 55 points. Now, Crewe's danger men, if selected, could be Chris Dagnall, who got 14 and 41 last season, James Jones, who got 10 in 45, and George Cooper, who got 9 in 46, and was also their leading assist with 9 as well in 46 games. So the last time we played Crewe, which I kind of already just gave you a little bit of an inkling, was last game of the season last season. Didn't really go to plan. We lost 4-1. Chris Dagnall tore us apart and scored a hat-trick. Curtis Weston getting the only goal for Barnet. Barnet lost 4-1. To this date, we've actually never beaten Crewe away. The closest we've ever came was a 2-2 draw back in 2010. John O'Flynn and Matt Lockwood giving us a 2-1 lead, but in the 82nd minute, Crewe equalised, cutting out our very first win away from home to Crewe. So you know what's coming. Boy, are we due a win. Any kind of win today will do, just so we can say we've won there. Bit of side note and some injury news now. Elliot Johnson is out for most of the season due to a knee injury that he picked up in the first minute against Luton last week. We wish you a very speedy recovery, Elliot, and hopefully you come back stronger than ever. So now it's very early. I'm still half asleep. It's 7:30 and I'm doing this one by train today. So once the team news is in, I'll bring that to you.
So the team's in and we're going with the same formation as we did against Luton. Your starting 11 looks like Stevens in goal, a back three of Santos, Nelson and Clough. Your fullbacks, Tatonda on that left, Harry Taylor on that right, so it's good that he's fit to play after getting assaulted against Luton. Your midfield of Valetti, Campbell-Ryce and Weston. Up front, Coulthurst and Akpro. Your bench looks like Ross, Jack Taylor, Akinola, Bother, Vongook, Smith and Maluza. 2 minutes into the game, Barnet's got a corner. Nice early start from Barnet. Wait, Marrow's short one to Campbell-Ryce. He's kicked it out of play. First real chance of Crewe. Ball nicely put in. Comfortable for Stevens though. Still 0-0. About 4 minutes played. Very dangerous attack led by Crewe. No midfield cutting it out there. They've managed to get it all the way through to the box. Stevens comes running out. It's gone out for a corner though. Got lucky there. Free kick to Barnet just outside the edge of the area. Tatonda might have this. Left-footed. No, it's left-footed. Tatonda can have this. You've got to go for goal there. It's a waste. Absolute waste. 15 minutes in. Crewe's had a shot just outside the edge of the box. Stevens put off a great save. Riding their luck a little bit there, not closing down quick enough. We've got a free kick in their area, about 35 yards out. Didn't go anywhere. They've cleared it. Their number 11's had a shot from about 40 yards. It's just gone over the bar. 35 minutes in, we've had a first shot on target. Shaq got taken out, but the rest played advantage. Campbell-Ryce has had a shot just outside the box, straight down the keeper's throat. Free kick to Barnet about 35 yards out, almost half time. Can we make something of this? Another wasted opportunity. Campbell-Ryce kicks out for a goal kick. Half time, it's Crewe 0, Barnet 0. Crewe's looked a little bit more dangerous than us. They've had a few more attacks. Like I said, they're playing a 3-4-3. They're hitting the channels. All three strikers are grouping together. Seems like we can't handle that at the moment. Our final ball's not been great. We've had a few wasted opportunities. It seems like with this new formation, even though we're playing 2 up front, we're not really attacking that much compared to when we was playing with 1 up front with just John Akinda. Big 45 minutes to come up now, second half. I wouldn't change anything just yet. Just obviously give the boys a bit of a kick up the bum to say, up your game now, come on. It's anyone's game. Just wait and see what happens. Second half's about to kick off. About 7-8 minutes in, second half, corner to Barnet. Just before that, Crewe had another chance. They had big centre half running through and having a shot. Just went over the bar. See if we can make something of this. Oh, fuck! Good cross in. It went right over the goal line. Any touch, it would have deflected in. No one got onto it. Looks like we're making a sub now. Curtis Weston's coming off for Jack Taylor. Curtis Weston started the second half with his knee all bandaged up, so he's obviously seen how long he could last. Unfortunately, not very long. Hopefully, that's not another player out for a long time. Tatonda down his left-hand side, ran into the box. Had a shot, keeps worth a good save. Crewe's cleared low. Tatonda's won a free kick just outside the box. Oh! Keeper's tipped it onto the bar. It's gone out for a throw. Oh, brilliant save by Jamie Stevens there. Ball's come in, Potter's knocked it down, Chris Dagnall's had a shot, Stevens tipped it over the bar. Oh, Harry, fucking hell! 1-0 Crewe. Poor from Barnet, it all stops there. Ball over the top, Nelson's missed it. Porter's gone onto the top of it. Stevens has done a great save coming out. We still can't clear our lines. It's gone over back to them. They've put another ball in. Harry's missed timely header. They've gone running down that left-hand side. 1-0. Go on! Oh, fucking hell! Probably the last minute of the game. Jack Taylor puts in a brilliant ball. Nels just didn't get a touch on it. If any touch, that's gone in the back of the net. It's 1-1.
So I've just got back and the game finished Crewe Alexandra 1, Barnet 0. I'd like to start with some positives, but there isn't that many. So it sounds like there's going to be loads of negatives. We're not going to have a meltdown here, all right? There ain't going to be panic. There ain't going to be calling for people's heads. I'm not saying Rossi needs to get the sack. It's 3 games in. It's a little bit of a setback. It wasn't a great performance, okay? But let's call a spade a spade. Until we get a defensive midfielder in there to close up them gaps, because there was far too many gaps there today. I can't remember his name, but Crewe's number 14 had far too much space. We are giving other teams far too many opportunities. There was sloppy individual errors, which did lead to a goal. That's unfortunate. It does happen. It was another difficult game for the strikers again. Was they not getting any support from the midfield? Balls playing through. Akpro didn't really do much for me today, yet he played 90 minutes. First, unfortunately, did come off, but I think the reason he did come off is because he ran himself into the ground, because he was running everywhere. And when he did get into a good position, unfortunately, he slipped over. Again, that's just misfortune. We can't control that. Or you could buy better boots. Look at the Luton game. Did any of us expect to win that? We ended up winning that. Of course, we would have been happy with a draw today. Unfortunately, we've lost. I'm not saying let's accept it and just move on, but let's be honest. It happens. It's 3 games in. Like I said, I'm not going to have a meltdown and start calling for people's heads and say we're going to get relegated. We need certain players in certain positions, and then I think we've got a very good squad there. As much as I do like him, I don't think Valetti is a defensive midfielder, or if he's not even playing as a defensive midfielder, he's playing as that holding role. He can run for days. He's got the legs. He cannot tackle. We need to put someone else in that position if we are going to use that formation. Unfortunately, it was just a sloppy error that did lead to the goal today. It wasn't the best game. Second half, it seemed like it was anyone's game. Anyone could have had it. They had more shots on target than us, and unfortunately, they finished one of their chances and we didn't. That's football, I'm afraid. We move on there. We just make sure we win our next game. Now, take Brighton out of the equation. The next game in the league is home to Stevenage, and that is a derby game. That is a must-win game. So that's pretty much everything I've got for you. So we've got Brighton Tuesday in the League Cup, then we're at home to Stevenage, a local derby, which is a must-win game, and then we move on from there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave any comments below, follow me on Twitter, it's in the description, share this video with all your friends, because you know, your favourite YouTuber, I'm a YouTube sensation, so until next time, I'll see you later!